Hi everybody. So, new day, working on the right flap. One of the things I'd forgotten to do, not completely forgotten, so I forgot to dimple the spar of the left flap. Not everywhere, because I had dimpled where the ribs were going, but I hadn't dimpled anywhere else. Why? I don't know. So anyway, just doing some post riveting dimpling, and everything was fine. And the very next thing you do after the ribs, you start putting on the doubled pieces, both of the hinges, and it's not a hinge, but I'm pretty sure that's where you mount it to part of the wing anyway. Or I think a control rod. So here you're going to see me have made a mistake, and thankfully I stopped myself before I screwed it up. So again, mirrored pieces. The two main hinge brackets that you put on, the ones that extrude from the bottom, those are symmetrical. You can't really screw those up. If you accidentally put one on the left of the inboard and the outboard, it'll probably be perfectly fine. However, the attach bracket, that's the two small ribs with the two small doublers, those are keyed. When I say keyed, I mean they're not symmetrical. So on the left flap, it's the left front rib and doubler combination that you have put a nut plate on. Because of the nut plate, that needs to be on the inside of the flap. So if you do the left for the left flange flap, you need to do the right one for the right flap. I didn't. I just I put them both on the left because why wouldn't I? Anyway, it was a simple drill out. I just drilled out the two rivets that hold the nut plate on. Did them pretty cleanly, I might add. Didn't even mar or scar up the nut plate at all, so that was very good. I did a test fit with a screw afterwards. Fit for perfectly fine. And then, of course, I'd forgotten to dimple the leading edge. Okay, not really forgotten, I just hadn't gotten around to it. One thing you learn in plane building is you don't really forget something unless you can't go back and fix it. Actually, no, if you have to fix it, you've already forgotten. If you don't have to fix anything, you can just say that you hadn't done it yet, like this. As long as I hadn't tried to put the skin on and tried to rivet it in place without it being dimpled, then I could totally call it a goof up. Here I'm using the pop riveter and the close quarters dimple die set. That's the double set that you use with a steel mandrel, which is just fancy word for nail, to make the dimples, because I don't have anything with a throw long enough to get to the final holes in the near the very nose tip of the skin. And once that gets into place, you put the skin on, and you put it in a cradle, and it kind of, I don't know, kind of forms that skin in place. You wrestle the top skin in place, and then you start to rivet it on. Yeah, it was very bright that day. I had to close the door of the hangar pretty much all the way. Because in San Francisco, our summers are in October. So this is just like last time. I'm riveting, this is the riveting of the leading edge, the top skin, and the main spar. And the rib flanges, main rib flanges. using 3 3.5s and 3 4.5s for 26s, the little flat heads, countersunk. I got my little 1x1x2 inch bucking bar I use in the back. Makes very short work out of the whole thing. And as usual, I start from the middle and I work my way out towards the edges. So we're going to be doing that and then moving on to the other pieces in the next video. So see you soon.